Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are in the brand new week on the first day, which you know what that means. It's time to collect our sleep points and do our final sleep research of the week, which hopefully will be pretty fantastic. We are getting 600 sleep points with a 500 bonus from the good sleep day and the 100 from sleeping real good. Starting off pretty strong. Wasn't able to make it to Master 3, unfortunately, so I did not get the Cyndaquil incense that I wanted. I tried to get there, but unfortunately I missed lunch a couple times this week. I'm really bad about that. That's the one that's just difficult for me to hit for some reason. Maybe I need to set an alarm or something to remind myself to do it, but yeah, I missed lunch a couple times, and I think that if we hadn't missed it, that would have made the gap to Master 3. So unfortunately, just Master 2, but that's all right because that does mean we have a chance at this Steelix. So let's go ahead and jump into it and see if we just get really lucky. I would not be opposed to a shiny Steelix on session 121. But 9 hours, 25 minutes of sleep. A lot of dozing. I guess I was tossing and turning. Definitely going to be a dozing sleep, which I don't think will matter. I think it's still the balance type for now. Drowsy power 1.5 times, so that is good. This will hopefully at least break 50 million. Oh, we're going. Oh yeah, we definitely broke 50. 65. 67.1 million, which I don't think is our current record, or maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm not sure. I thought we had a closer to 100 million during the what was it? The Halloween event, I think. Oh, look at Igglybuff. That's cute. Quite a lot of new sleep styles. That's seeming pretty good for either Onyx or Steelix. Let's see. So we got the Atop Belly Igglybuff, the Eevee, which we see another Eevee there, which is the last style I needed, and a Stretching Sleep Houndour. All right, so let's go ahead and make our way around. Well. Got us an Umbreon too. Bet that Umbreon isn't shiny. I would have loved to have taken that one home, and I think shiny Umbreon, much like a lot of other people, is my favorite shiny evolution. But that is the last Eevee that we need for the sleep decks. And actually, I think today, this many new sleep styles, I think this is what we need to hit that next milestone. So we should get a free good camp ticket as well. But that also means that we have nothing really to work towards until they put out some new milestones for the sleep decks. When exposed to the moon's aura at night, the rings on its body glow. It's said to be nocturnal, so it might be very difficult to find an Umbreon sleeping at night. We got another Graveler. My boy, Rolling Sleep. Just kicking his little feet. Only one sleep style left for Graveler. I'm surprised a Top Belly is even an option for a Pokemon that big, which makes me wonder if we're gonna get in a Top Belly Onyx. That'd be really funny. There's the Houndour. Oh, unfortunately, one of the sleep styles was duplicate. There's a Growlithe. Sitting sleep. Definitely not our first Growlithe, but it was the last one we needed for the sleep style decks. Well, that's 2 complete. What else did I miss? Am I just missing something blindingly obvious? just skipped right over something. Oh yeah, I still have to click on. That's right. I was looking for the new tag. I forgot you still have to click on the one that's a duplicate. Hungry Eevee, that's good. Another Hungry Eevee, also good. Hungry Graveler. Well, I was hoping that both the Umbreons would be hungry. Oh, apparently we put in a lot of work on Graveler back in the day. So that's pretty easy to do. Let's go ahead and take this top Eevee. Give that the bonus biscuit. Take that with us today. And since we've already put in a bunch of work on this Graveler, we'll just give him a regular Poke Biscuit just to top it off. Take that home too. And then, let's see. Nope, haven't done any work on any of the others. So let's, today is the last day. Excuse me. Today is the last day. Let me grab a drink. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take this Eevee as well. Might as well, while we're here. I was hoping to get another big hit on that one, but of course, it was hungry too. I thought hungry meant they always ate at least 3 biscuits. I think that's the first time I've had a hungry that only ate 2 biscuits. Well, that is unfortunate, but I guess we'll just have to grab that one next time. But overall, not too bad. Got some decent spawns and got to take 2 of them home with us. So I'm not going to complain too much. We will definitely see that Eevee again. I'm curious if we see Eevee on another island, will the feeding that we just did carry over? Like if we see Eevee on green grass, will it also have 4 out of 5 bars filled? Or will it be different? Will it be completely fresh? I guess, maybe we'll find out. If you know the answer, let me know. If not, maybe I'll find out eventually. But all right, let's go ahead and, 3,354 research XP. I forgot about that coming up first. I was really excited to start calculating these Pokemon. And then 5,541 Dream Shards. All right, now we can calculate these Pokemon. Level 10 with a docile nature. We got Milk and Double Cocoa, which I love to see. It's really good. Dream Shard bonus, not too particularly happy. Inventory up M, that's decent. Ingredient Finder S, that's good that we have it, but it would be nice if it was earlier. Ingredient Finder M and Energy Recovery bonus. Neutral nature. So this one's not going to be great, but it's possible that this could be later on a decent Vaporeon. Typically when it comes to ingredient finder, Vaporeon is the only one I'm really looking at because it has ingredient magnet as its main skill. But yeah, the sub skills aren't really as good as I would like them to be. And I think I have a better Vaporeon candidate already. There might be something better than a Vaporeon for this particular Eevee with its sub skills, but it seems to be very ingredient focused, especially with ingredient finder, both of them, and inventory up. That's just hallmark ingredient Pokemon for me. Maybe I'm overlooking something. If I am, please let me know. Maybe there's something here that makes this a better candidate for a different evolution. So let me know that. But overall, not too great. I'm gonna hold on to it for a little while we figure this out. But let's just go ahead and move on to the Graveler, which may or may not be anything good. It is level 18 though, which is fantastic with a calm nature. I don't remember what calm is. Unfortunately, soybean, potato. Would be nice if it was soybean, double potato. Let's see what we got. Go ahead and clear the board. Helping speed S, which is a great start. Inventory up M, also good. Inventory up S, not good to have both. Oh, that's the wrong one. Ingredient finder S, so I just got a little bit ahead of myself. And inventory up L, that is awful. And calm, main skill chance up with speed of health down. So I can already tell this is gonna be just prime candidate to go live with the professor. There it is. All right, so ingredient strength is definitely what we want to calculate. Yep, not good. Not good at all. And that's kind of what we expected. So, yep, definitely going to live with the professor. So, we got two Pokemon, neither of them really too fantastic. One definitely better than the other, with one of them 100% going to live with the professor from now on, and maybe be somebody's starter if they are getting on up in life, need a second stage starter. But all right, so we got another mission complete, probably feeding biscuits. So interesting, even though it's grayed out, it's still, because we have 5 days to claim, so not too bad. And then 2 candies for giving out biscuits. I will definitely take that. Unfortunately, the one we didn't complete is the one I wanted to complete. But no matter, moving on. That's kind of sad. I thought I had it just one away, but that's all right. We'll get it tomorrow, hopefully. This is a slow game. It's not a race. Area bonus is now 30% for Tau Paulo, so we're doing pretty good. Tau Paulo is now our 2nd best island in terms of area bonus. So we are doing pretty great there. Weekly summary, probably going to be bad. I'm guessing a B. That's what I'm going to say. Our final ratings for the week, final strength 447,000. So that's definitely up from last week. Gains from berries 285,000 and cooking 161,000. Cooking could have been better if I didn't forget lunch like 3 times. It was a B. That's what I thought we were going to get. So yeah, my midpoint was all over the place, and there were a few nights where I did not get much sleep. Part of it due to Thanksgiving. What happened on Tuesday? Honestly, I've been so busy. My days are so confused. I don't remember Tuesday. Whatever. We got a B. Got some candies. That's fine with me. Let's see what we're looking like. 63% done with the decks on green grass. I'm still not entirely sure where I want to go this week. Part of me wants to go back to Snowdrop just because I like the setting there, and I want to try to find some more. Well, I think the only steel types are in Tau Paulo and green grass. Honestly, I don't even think we have steel type that can spawn in Snowdrop. But it feels like a steel type should spawn in Snowdrop. But like I said, I like the setting of Snowdrop a lot more, so I kind of want to go back. But I also want to continue this hunt for Onyx. So I think I'm going to go back to... Do I want to go back to Tau Paulo? This week's event? Yeah, good sleep day. That makes sense. Yes. Yes, I want to go back to Tao Paulo. We just left that Snorlax and we're right back. Desserts and drinks. Ooh, this is gonna be an interesting week. I did swap out last night before I went to bed. I swapped out my team. I had Sfeel as the leader. Because Sfeel has the sleep XP bonus, so that's why we get that 0.28 extra on there, because it also doubles Sfeel's bonus XP. And then I put 4 Pokemon that I wanted to level up on the team, so they should get a decent amount of XP today. And those Pokemon are locked by the stamp, but I will take 20 diamonds. And there goes the Drowsy Power ×4 banner, which is just gorgeous. But anyway, I swapped out for the shiny Geodude because it is better than the Golem we have, so we want to level it up. Of course, Larvitar. Gonna take a while to get this thing to a Tyranitar, so I wanted to take advantage of every little bit of extra XP we could get. Bellsprout, I have a really good one. It's not top tier, but it's close. And I know Victory Bell is going to pay off dividends once I can get this thing leveled up. It also has access to potatoes at level 30, so I wanted to get that going. And then, of course, the Ghastly, which is double mushrooms at 30 and 60. So I wanted to get it powered up too, because it is going to replace our Gengar in the long run. So that was my plan last night before I went to bed. If you haven't done that already, tonight is a perfect time to swap out and put a team of Pokemon together that you really want to level up. And you could even, I only had the Sfeel on here for the 1 sleep XP bonus. You could do 2 Pokemon with a sleep XP bonus if you wanted, and just really prioritize leveling up 3 Pokemon. What that will do is with 2 sleep XP, you'll get, typically it's an extra 14%, but with 2 of them, it'll be 28%. And then you multiply that by 3, which is 56 plus another 84%, if I've done that math correctly, somewhere around 84%, maybe 94%, but I think 84 is right. Hold on, now I want to get it right. 28 times 2 is 56 plus 8, that gets you to 64. Yeah, 84%. Cool. So you'll have your let me recollect my words. Your XP multiplier will be 3.84% if you have 2 sleep XP bonus Pokemon on your team. So it'll give you, if you sleep the full 8.5 hours, 384 XP to your entire team. So now is the time to do that for tonight's sleep if you're going to do that. But all that said, let's jump in. Let's grab our... Okay, it's just happening now. That's old. November 15th, November 16th, and November 16th. So yeah, that's all old, but it is happening now. So no new news. We did get a new medal for a number of dark type. There we go. An energy pillow. Definitely could use that. And then let's grab our research community reports. Let's say 44 of them. 45, very close. Then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 that doubled up today. 3 of the 5 being level 5 friends, so those make sense. I do have a significant amount of level 5 friends, and the reports are that it's 30% chance of doubling for level 5. Ooh, there's a new friend at level 1. Level 4, so that's 2 of them. 3, 4. I feel like those level 1 friends might be some of you guys. Shout out if it's you. Ingredient ticket ×4, which I definitely need, and 2 handy candies I will always take. All right. So now here comes the fun part. How do we do desserts? Desserts are one of the meals that I am not the best equipped for. There we go. Somebody wants to stay on the team. Let's let's see. Geodude, are you gonna trigger your skill? But yeah, desserts are the recipes that I am least properly equipped for. I should have planned for this better to have this pulled up when I was getting ready to record, but you know, ever the professional, I forgot. There we go. So for desserts, we have not the best access to stuff, which is unfortunate. What can you do? Well, first, let's see what we have available to us in terms of ingredients. Let's get cooking. Choose a recipe. Can we make anything right now? Answer may surprise you. The answer is no. We don't have the ingredients to make anything right now. Even the basic, super basic recipes, we do not have enough. We don't even have one of any of the basic recipe ingredients. Well, that's fun. So what were we working on before? Maybe that's the best thing to go for again. Was it the steadfast ginger cookies? I think it was. That is what we were working on before. I do remember that being a little difficult to put together. Let's see. We do want to switch over to team analysis. Go ahead and get that pulled up. There's the team analysis. That's what we had last week, which is good. But we're definitely going to swap out for this week. I completely did not plan for. Let me turn off my dark mode because that seems to mess with all these buttons. Okay, so we do have Tau Paulo selected. Yeah, let's see. May just be cheeky and do something basic. For some reason, my brain is telling me to put Wartortle on the team, but I don't think that's a good idea. The cacao is one of the hardest things for us to bring in. And that's what was holding up the steadfast ginger cookies last time. Fortunately, cacao is needed for a lot of things. Let's double check one thing real fast. Let's see, where are we at with Ghastly? Not Ghastly, Bellsprout. Bellsprout's not the only option for potatoes. Oh, the Geodude is also an option for potatoes if we could get it to the right point. Yeah, we're definitely not getting the Bellsprout to level 30. What about you? Definitely not getting you to level 30 either. Did not mean to hit back, but let's see. That will actually be good. Let's go ahead and search based on ingredient. Who is close to potatoes? Nobody. That is unfortunate. These two are my best options for potatoes, and that's not happening anytime soon, but one of them definitely needs to stay on the team. Okay, so what do they have access to now? Tomatoes, which are only used in one of the lower recipes. What about you? Soybeans, right? Soybeans used in the Hustle Protein smoothie, but we need cacao for that, and that's hard to come by. We could go for the Huge Power Soy Donuts, which is oil. That's actually not terrible. I might do that. Might go for Huge Power Soy Donuts, at least at first. I think that's what we're gonna do. So let's put together a team for that. Switch back over to our Tau Paulo team. Let's keep Hybrid and Berry on the list, but then swap out. Actually, no, we want to keep Ditto on the team because that's our oil gatherer. And then we'll swap out Geodude and Yeah, let's swap out Gengar for Geodude. And then swap out this Doug Trio for Bayleaf. I know it's not the best, but it is our only consistent ingredient gatherer. So swap that out. Actually, can we do anything with Bayleaf? Oh, it's 80 to evolve. So no, we cannot. You need to be level 19 to evolve. What would it take to get you there? That's too much. Go back. Bring it back in. Take too much to get you there. You are close enough that we might actually... This might actually be worth investing some candy into. All right, first things first. Let's go ahead and plug in our team. So we've got this Doug Trio, which is now level 19. And then we've got our Cubone, which is... Where are you at? There you are. And then Bayleaf. I really need to find an Absol somewhere. Geodude. There you are. And Ditto. Ditto's actually kind of close to bringing in Leaks. Unfortunately, we don't have enough to get it to level 30, but that's all right. Leaks actually don't do us any good for desserts anyway, so let's not rush that this week. Okay, so that's where we're at. Since we don't have the main skill chance multiplier this week, let's... Actually, I think I'm going to leave both packs full. Yeah, 20,000 and 16.4. Let's go ahead and save this team, and then we will project that we evolve this. And let's see, 23,000. Yeah, I definitely think we should do that. Without evolving it, we're at 16.4. So that's definitely worth investing the candy in, which means we need... We're at level 19 with 32 to go and no candies. The nature does not help, so we don't need to plug that in. And we're just trying to get to level 21. So it would take 8 handy candies, which I think is definitely worth using when we've got 41. So let's do that. 8 handy candies used, which gives us enough to not do that much. We actually get to save a couple candies too. Let's go ahead and level that up. Now level 21, and now we evolve it. We're at 1 hour 16 and 48 seconds. What? We are going to start off this week very strong. All right, so now that's done, we can go back to our team analysis. We can make this change permanent. We evolved it once. It's going to be level 21, and its pack will always be full. And we're going to start off. We're actually going to use that energy pillow. Get started quite quickly this week. All right, so we're in a pretty good place. Prediction of Master 2. So let's see if that's what actually happens. Predicting 490,000. An error has occurred. I don't even even know what that is. I don't even know what that error is. But all right. Always something. Ooh, actually, I did forget. Plug in the new where we at? Where's the island bonus? Island bonus is now 30%. Forgot to change that. There we go. Now, does it need a refresh? Refresh the page. Still says 490,000. Interesting. I wonder why. But it is predicting Master 2. Let's see how much into Master 2 that is. I mean, 490,000, that's Master 3. Master 3 is only 472,000. Not sure why that is, but whatever. I've been recording that long that it's lunchtime. Well, we missed breakfast, so that's not great. Definitely Master 2 this week. And let's go ahead and use a few of those ingredient tickets because we're going to need some to make some kind of breakfast. Because this is not going well. I'm going to use one more and hopefully that's enough for something. We have got to get something cooking. This episode has turned out to be a chonky boy. Still not enough for anything. Okay, what do I have? Tomatoes. I have a ton of ginger. Well, let's see. This is not a great start to our cooking week. Not enough soybeans for anything. Not enough milk for anything. This is lovely. All right, well, I switched back because I thought we were done, but I guess let's go ahead and go back to the meal maker and plug in what we got and see what we can do. Probably not much. We've got 5 eggs, no mushrooms, no potatoes, no apples, only 3 fiery herbs. Probably not going to be able to do much of anything. Oh, no. Let's go to desserts. Not anything yet. 5 sausage, not 6. This is just not a great start to the week. Not at all. I thought those tickets would actually give me something I could use. Huge power soy donuts. Oh, yeah, because I need to fix this. We don't have the cacao. 11 tomatoes. 5 cacao, which is going to take that soy donuts away. And 4 soybeans. Lovely. This is just not great. All right. Come on. Stop loading forever. This is not going well. Another ingredient ticket. 5 more ginger and 5 more soybeans. We definitely didn't need the ginger. Oh, that gives us nothing. 5 mushrooms and 5 apples. Probably gives us nothing. Oh. 5 eggs and 5 sausages. Now the sausage will definitely give us something. We can definitely make something with the sausage, but we're definitely going to go for that Cloud9 soy cake. Finally, we got something. Man, this has been a rough start to the week. Told you desserts were not good for me. All right, we have made the Cloud9 soy cake before, so that's easy to do. Let's throw in those mushrooms. Let's throw in, I don't want to do the eggs. What is something we don't need for desserts? Let's throw in the sausage. That's not necessary for desserts. Tomatoes, really useless for desserts. So let's go ahead and fill it out with the rest of those and get this cooking finally. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll at least start with an extra tasty to make up for the breakfast that we missed. Nope, no extra tasty. Still 6,353 though. That's a pretty good start. That is a pretty good start. That should put us at least basic 2, maybe basic 3. If not, not as close as I thought it was going to be. Basic 2. Do want to get to grade 2 before the end of the day, which unfortunately, since we missed breakfast, that's going to make it hard, but that's the plan, to get to basic 2 so we at least have a shot at Onyx again. But that said, this has been a long video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for coming by and watching. Be sure to hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're here on day, what is this, 2 of a brand new week. Week 13, I realized. So this is going to be our unlucky week, if we believe in superstitions. But let's go ahead and grab our sleep points while we double layer the banners. So we got 17,870 sneaky snacking that power up an evolution of our Cubone into Marowak, really paying dividends. So that's fantastic. Even Bayleaf putting in a little bit of work. Look at you. We got 1,100 sleep points added to the total. That puts us at 15,577. So only about 1,600 points away from our goal, if I have done my early morning math correctly, which there's no guarantee I did. Happening now. Drowsy power 1.5 times, which that will be tomorrow's sleep research. I was only able to get to basic 5 last night. Unfortunately, I just barely broke basic 5. I even had to break open Doug Trio's pouch just to get there. So we know there's no shot at Onyx today, but we will definitely get a shot at it tomorrow. But that said, let's jump into the sleep report. I don't know why I stumbled over that. That's not even that difficult to say. And let's see what we did find for session 122. 8 hours, 47 minutes. 15% dozing, 34% snoozing, and 51% slumbering. So I don't know, we might get dozing or slumbering. And we no longer have the balance type from the EV week, so dozing is officially dozing. Drowsy power times 4, that's what we want to see. So hopefully we can break like 10 or 15 million at least. So we definitely got 10. Just barely broke 15, so that's not too bad. I mean, that's pretty good for a Monday. That's probably a Monday record. So 15.2 million. We got, what is that, 6? Yeah, we found 6, 4 1-stars, and 2 2-stars. Really not too bad. I see a few that we have had already. One that I definitely want to take home if it's hungry. So all sleep styles that we've had before. We got Swalot, Ekans, Drawing a Blank, Shuppet, another Ekans, Arbok, and Gulpin. Which I actually like Ekans. I feel like Ekans gets slept on a lot. I've noticed as time has gone by that I've really started to like these Gen 1 poison types more and more. Nobody is hungry. That is unfortunate. Oh, we already put in some work on the Ekans. Huh. With that amount of bars, I'm wondering if I just was giving him a biscuit here and there or what was going on. I don't actually remember. It's been a while since we've seen him. But right now, Shuppet is the priority. That is the one that I want to take home the most, because we still need a good Shuppet for those ghost berries. I think it's the Bluck berries is what they're called. But right now, Shuppet is the priority. We might spend, well, we're not going to spend any sleep points, but we might use some of these Poke Biscuits, which may cause us to spend some sleep points down the road, but I think it's worth it for Shuppet as long as it's not full. Cool, not full. So we will be taking Shuppet home with us today. At least we get something from this sleep research. It's not the onyx we want, but Shuppet is very good. You know what? Just because there's a chance it may critical hit, let's go ahead and just give one to the Arbok and see what happens. Just another pip. All right, that much closer to taking it home with us. I don't think that Arbok or Ekans are really super helpful in Pokemon Sleep, but I do like it, so I do want to take one home. Shuppet is definitely the candy we want to send out today. Like I said, very useful. It's the only berry specialist for the Bluckberries currently in the game. So we're definitely going to send out those candies to help people power up their Shuppets. 404 research XP and 782 dream shards. Really good for a Monday, which makes sense when we have ×4. We got a level 10 and a mild Shuppet. That's not, I don't know. I don't remember mild off the top of my head. I typically don't remember any natures off the top of my head, so I don't know why I'm surprised. We do have all oils, which is kind of good. I kind of like that. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's a berry specialist, but I do appreciate, of course it has ingredient finder M. Maybe this will end up being a hybrid then. Field trigger S, dream shard bonus, energy recovery bonus, and inventory up S. Actually not too terrible. Mild nature. So ingredient finding up and energy recovery down. So this Shuppet decided it wanted to be an ingredient specialist one day. So let's see, total strength. Yep, just steadily going down over time. Just barely better than a Shuppet with no sub skills or nature, which is what these up and down arrows with the percentages means. So this stat right here, which I don't, do I even have? Okay, yeah, you can see my mouse. This stat right here is showing how good what you have is compared to, in this case, compared to a Shuppet with no sub skills. So just barely better than a Shuppet with no sub skills or nature. So that's fun. But let's see, since this one wants to be an ingredient specialist, let's see what we're looking at. I mean, other than the low frequency, an hour and 3 minutes, that's not terrible. I don't think it replaces. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this doesn't replace our Diglett for bringing in oil, but maybe it's a good one to throw on the team with, not Diglett, Ditto. Maybe it's a good one to throw on the team with Ditto just to supplement the oils. Like if we have a recipe that needs a ton of oil, maybe we just throw it on the team with Ditto to make sure we have enough at all times. So maybe this is one is worth keeping around just for that. I think this is actually better than both the Crogunks we have, because I want to say even their fastest frequency is only an hour and 20 minutes, I think. So this, I'm going to hold on to it for a little while. Not the worst, not the best, but it does have a use in the right scenario. So that's good. So let's go ahead and move on. If the game will load. 492 sneaky snacking while we were doing our sleep research, and that puts us at grade 2, so we're confirmed chances with, or it just redid the animation. Never mind. Or did I make that up? Did it do the animation before? Now I'm second guessing reality. All right, let's go and check. Happening now, the 4th Good Sleep Day event. I really like that artwork, that autumn artwork for the Good Sleep Day event. I kind of hope they change and do a different one with every season. That's really nice. We have 41 sleep reports today. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them that doubled. 4 of which are level 5, and we actually got a level 1 that doubled. So that's pretty good. 6 out of 41, that's right at 15%. So not too bad. I mean, definitely could be higher, but 15% is pretty good. We got 1 level up, 2, 3, 4 level ups. So that gives us 3 Handy Candy S and another 2 Ingredient Ticket S, which is good because we burned through a lot of ingredient tickets yesterday. But all right, let's go ahead and collect the fruits of their labor. That is what I was worried about. The cocoa not really coming in all too quick. I really need to address that issue very quickly. Since he just filled up his pack, I think overnight. Let's see. No skill trigger. That's fine. Kind of figured that would be the case, but doesn't hurt to try. So now we don't have to worry about collecting from Marowak for the rest of the week, since we know his skill can't trigger. We really need to evolve this Geodude. This frequency timing is kind of killing me at the moment. We did get quite a few 10 oils from Ditto, so that's really good. All right, there we go. Didn't want to work for a second. But all right, what can we make? Nothing. Nothing at all. We have 90 something ingredients and can't make a single thing. Well, that is interesting. Well, I guess let's switch back over and see if there is something we can make. Plug in these ingredients real quick. No shrooms. I don't know why I clicked it that way instead of just doing that. No apples, no herbs. All right, we finally have something. We got 5 milk, 5 honey. I don't think we're gonna have enough to really do anything. 38 ginger. We're pretty set on ginger for a little while. Only 3 tomatoes, 6 cacao, which is not much at all, and 8 soybeans. Yeah, we have nothing. We have 90 something ingredients that have no ability to make anything, which is a problem that we are going to address. We're going to have to change this team up because this cocoa stuff is not working. I did want to leave them on the team. Oh, hey, we got a mission done. Yeah, 91 ingredients and we can't make a single thing. We're going to go ahead and use those ingredient tickets that we got yesterday. So that's 5 more sausage. Well, 5 sausage and 5 milk. Hopefully that's enough to make something. Nope. 1 more ticket. 5 mushrooms and 5 eggs. I don't think is going to give us anything. Nope. Another one. 5 more oil and 5 more tomatoes. The tomatoes actually might give us enough to do something. Oh, we're on salads. That's why. I didn't even realize I was on salad. So don't make that mistake. Make sure you're on the right thing. And 31 oils. All right, we're just going to make some more moo moo milk. That's all we got right now. It's not great, but what can you do? Well, we'll find out what we can do here in a minute. All right. So warm moo moo milk it is. And we're going to fill it with nothing but the best ingredients. All these eggs, mushrooms, and sausage to go with our glass of milk. Might as well throw in some ginger and honey while we're at it. And get that cooking up. But yeah, these ingredient gatherers are not working. What We did get an extra tasty. 12,365. I will take that. That's really good. It was only milk, but it was hearty milk, thanks to the sausage. Is this a grade 1 animation again? All right, no, we're officially at grade 2 now. All right, so we will have shot at Onyx for the rest of the week. And another mission complete. Let's go ahead and collect on those. We don't need to be on that tab. This is where we want to be. 720 dream shards and 2 handy candies. Okay, so since we are having issues with our current team, we are going to swap out 2 of our team members. And before we do that, I want to check one thing. We do have enough candies to get this Geodude to a higher level, but we no longer need soybeans. I'm not really worried about that right now. What we want to do is we want to swap out the bay leaf for this Ivysaur. That is the first thing we want to do. And Ivysaur, what do we need? We need 80 to get it to evolve into a Venusaur. And we have 15 now. Nope. Getting ahead of myself. That puts it at level 22. Yeah, I think we're just gonna hold off for now. Leave this Ivysaur as is. We're already gonna be bringing in a ton of honey, which is fantastic for what we're about to make. Then we want to take the Geodude off. We're gonna replace it with Wartortle, which is gonna bring us in a bunch of milk. So that said, with honey, milk, and oil, we can make a more consistent meal instead of getting milk for 2 meals. What we can do is make the big malasada, which is, where's it at? Gonna be down at the bottom. Come on, get it together. The big malasada. I've only made it 5 times, but we have a team that can consistently make it now to where we can hopefully get this Snorlax to a decent level. And if we go down and look at the calculations, it does show a lower guess on where we're gonna be compared to the other team. The other team was like right at 500,000, but I think with consistently being able to make a recipe, we're gonna cover a lot of that gap. Now the only other question I have is, what can we do? Can we level this guy up? No, we don't have enough to get it to a Blastoise. Don't really want to put don't really want to invest candies in it right now, but I do kind of want to get it to level 25. Can we do that? We're a little bit shy. We would need 21 more candies to get it to level 25 for that helping speed buff. What do you get at level 25? Inventory up L. That's good, but not something I'm worried about investing in. Neither of these are really all that fantastic. I think if we decided to use a subskill seed for helping speed M, that would actually make this Wartortle pretty good. I did the calculation yesterday and I think it puts it around 80% if we were to do that. So it does give a little bit of a buff, but not much. So I think for now we just let both Ivysaur and Wartortle just kind of naturally level up and stock up on some candies, and we'll go from there. But for now, this will give us a much better likelihood of making a more consistent meal. These numbers of ingredients are enough to make 2 or 3. I think it's 2 for sure. I think we're actually being held up by the amount of oils. I think it's like 9 or 10 that you need for the big malasada. So we can for sure make 2 a day, possibly 3. And we also have ingredient magnet on war turtle and ivysaur, which should help bring in at least some filler for the recipes, if not give us some extra oils to make sure we can get it 3 times a day. But that is the current plan. Master 2 is all we really care about, simply for the shot at Steelix. We do have another chance to get the Cyndaquil incense this week, so if we can make it to Master 3, that would be ideal. But for sure, we want to hit Master 2, preferably as early as possible, just to get extra Steelix chances. So we'll kind of see how it goes. But that's the plan for the week. This is going to be the team going forward. And that's all I've got for you today. So if you like the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 3 here on Taup Hollow yet again on the hunt for Onyx. We did get Great 2 yesterday, so we should have a decent shot at Onyx, provided we get a slumbering sleep type. But we're going to start off with 5 free apples because we went to bed on time. Let's go ahead and collect our sleep points. It is, ooh, 22,111 sneaky snacking. Everybody putting in a little bit of work, but that Marowak is really showing up. That's really good. Hopefully that will help us get to Ultra 2. I don't think we're too far off, but we definitely weren't making it yesterday. But we did get 600 sleep points, so that puts us at 16,177. So just a little more than 1,000 to go. Provided I get decent sleep over the next 11 days, which is probably not going to happen with everything I've got coming up. We should be able to get our free premium pass and buy out the shop at the end of the year. So we'll at least have that to look forward to for the new year. And then we can be a little more willy-nilly with our spending of sleep points. We are at grade 4, so we're doing pretty fantastic there. Oh, the animation's gonna trigger again as soon as somebody grabs a berry, I bet, or when we get back. But that said, let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see if we got a Clefairy or a Cleffa or something interesting, because it is the good sleep day. So that means we have a decent chance at Cleffas. I believe they turn up the spawn rate for Cleffas and all that during the good sleep day event. Unfortunately, not slumbering. So no Onyx today. Drowsy power times 1.5. And we were at grade 3, so maybe around 18 million if we're lucky. Nope, just 16.2 million, but we did get in a top belly, so that'll be interesting. 16.2 million, what could that be? A Jigglypuff. We definitely had that one before. So nothing new, but we did get a Cyndaquil, and we definitely, well, we need a better Cyndaquil and a better Charmander, to be honest. So we got a Rattata, Charmander, Diglett, Cyndaquil, and the Jigglypuff. Not too bad for a Wednesday sleep report, though. Especially to get both Charmander and Cyndaquil. Unfortunately, neither of them hungry. Rattata, you're cute, but I have higher priorities today. Really am not 100% sure on which one I need more. I'm just gonna go with Cyndaquil because I think Cyndaquil is cuter than Charmander. Well, no big hit. That is unfortunate. I know I said I was going to hold on to these for holiday event, but I really want to take this home and we don't see them often. Luckily, we only needed one. That big hit could have happened on my bonus biscuit and saved me a Poke Biscuit, but yeah. But at least we got it. That's the important part. We got a Cyndaquil. Hopefully it's better than what we had. I think the one we have is pretty decent, but definitely could use one a lot better. Let's go ahead and send out that Cyndaquil candy, since they're a bit rarer to find. All right, we got 1,057 research XP and 1,384 dream shards. Not too bad. Not too bad for a Wednesday. Level 11's pretty good. With a mild nature, I think that's kind of just okay. But we all know I don't remember the natures very well, so who knows? All right, we do have ginger and double herbs, which is very good. Although this isn't an ingredient specialist, so not super great. Skill level up S, skill trigger S. Both not bad. I would prefer to see them later on. Inventory up S, ingredient finder M. Unfortunately, this is looking like it's going to be not a very good Cyndaquil with a mild nature. Yeah. Ingredient up and energy recovery down. This is going to be a very bad Cyndaquil. Probably no better than... That's way better than I thought it was going to be. But I thought it was going to be around 20%. But yeah, not great. Definitely, this one definitely is looking a lot better than... Or a lot worse than what we have right now. So unfortunately... prime candidate to go live with the professor. But at least we got one. Ranked up that friendship level, so we're that much closer to level 10 with Cyndaquil. So hopefully we can get those guaranteed gold skills soon. We have no new news. Let's go ahead and collect our research community reports. 45 reports, which is good. We're consistently getting that 40 to 45 report range, so that's not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 doubled up today, so that's about 7-8%, somewhere around there. And only 1 level 5 doubled. Interesting. There is a level up. There's another level 5. 3. So we got 3 total level ups, 2 level 5s, and a level 1. So it gives us 5 Handy Candy S, which is good because we just used some for that Marowak. So we definitely need to restock. All right, let's go ahead. Let's just get 1 berry. Eat the berry. Give us the animation again. I did see in several comments, a lot of you were saying that you were having this issue too, where it replays the animation. So it seems like it's happening more and more frequently for some reason. That is a ton of milk. 17 milk. All right. Wartortle definitely earning its keep around here. Main skill triggered. 6 of free ingredients on top of all the honey. Hard to tell how much honey we have. Another skill trigger for 324 strength and a bunch of oil. And then let's go ahead and collect these candies. And we'll collect all of these berries and tomatoes. I know I said I was going to keep Doug Trio full. Typically what I've been doing is just collecting from Doug Trio once a day and then letting him stay full throughout the rest of the day. And then letting the overnight sneaky snacking count for his full pack rather than getting the full pack bonus throughout the entire day. Because I do want to get some tomatoes for filler. Let's go ahead and jump into breakfast. And dive headfirst into this sweet, delicious bread. We actually can make a couple of things. let's see. Let's go ahead and sort by strength. So the best thing we can make is the big malasada, which makes sense because that's what we were trying to make anyway. Let's go ahead and get that going. We'll throw in these 2 mushrooms because they are worth a lot. What else is worth a lot in the recipes? Is it herbs? I don't know. Apples. And let's just round it out with some ginger. Why not? We got plenty. We got a pretty healthy looking big malasada. Hopefully we can get around that 7,000 or 8,000 mark. I think 7 would be nice to break. Almost 6,929, which isn't too bad. Certainly could be a lot worse with a mixed recipe. And is that going to be enough to put us at grade 5? I don't think so. No, not quite. How far off are we? Only 3,000. That's not too bad. Not bad at all. So we will definitely be at grade 5 by lunch. We need to get to Ultra 1 for the next Onyx potential or sleep style. So we're not far off of there. Let's see how the team's doing. See if we can help push anybody along the way. I'm really kind of interested in evolving this Ivysaur fairly quickly. It's just got a solid set of sub skills. Unfortunately, the problem is with this Ivysaur, with the current level cap being 50, we don't have access to the ingredient finders that are going to make it very good in the long run. But it has been a pretty consistent honey gatherer. If we could evolve it and get that frequency down to a much lower number, I think that would help to keep its status as a consistent honey gatherer. But with only 15 candies, yeah, that only puts us at level 22. So we'd have to use quite a bit of handy candy to get it to level 24 to evolve. So we're at level 21 with 105 XP, and the nature doesn't matter. So if we wanted to get it to level 24, oh, forgot to plug in that number. So yeah, if we want to get it to level 24, it would cost us 35 handy candies, which is just a steep investment that, even though I have it, I don't really want to make at this point in time on a Pokemon that is not better. Kind of a similar story with Wartortle. It is pretty good. Inventory up, helping speed at level 25. Really, this will potentially be a decent hybrid Pokemon in the future once we get past the level 50 level cap. But unfortunately, its nature is not great. So I really am, as much as I want to get this to level 25 quickly for that helping speed buff, I don't want to invest the candies in it at this point. We don't want to level up Ditto, because getting leaks would actually hurt us right now for this week. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but with the recipe we're going for, where we need the oils, having the leaks spawn instead of the oils would actually hurt us in the long run. So while I do want to get it to level 30 relatively quickly, I'm not in a rush to do it right now. And that is our team for the week. So unfortunately, well, no, there is one more that may be worth putting something into. Skill level up S, while it's great for this guy, I'm honestly starting to think that once it gets to level 25, or no, skill level up is not skill trigger. I'm thinking of something else. I was gonna say if its skill trigger goes up at level 25, it may be worth not keeping his pack full just to try to constantly have his energy recharged to keep him at that higher level of production rate. If you're unaware, the production rates every 20% drop a little bit. I think at 100% it's something like 2.2 times their normal production or something like that, and then every 20% of energy it drops off and eventually goes down to just 1. Actually, let me look at this before I start telling y'all the wrong information. So this is what we're looking like. We don't take naps, so we can take that off. Yeah, let's take that off. The nature is careful. And let's just say that we get it twice a day. And this is level... Let's just say it's level 2, just to make it easy and consistent. So if we start out in the morning with 100% energy efficiency, and this is how the efficiency tracks over time, and you can see that at, where's it at? Efficiency breakpoint at 80%, and their efficiency, yeah, 2.22 is what their efficiency is, and then at that breakpoint of 80, it drops down to 1.92 efficiency, and then the next breakpoint drops down to 1.61. It jumps back up to the 1.92 because that's enough energy to put it back into 62% on this bar here. So it goes back over that 60% efficiency rate. And then we drop back down and drop back down. And by the end of the day, we never actually get to the lowest efficiency point because of this Pokemon skill triggering twice a day. Now, if we say it doesn't trigger at all, it's a flat curve on the energy. It just goes down from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, and below 20%, it drops down to just 1 times the efficiency. So, with a Pokemon who can consistently trigger their own energy recharge, they may be worth actually breaking the pack open and not taking advantage of the full pack. So, something to think about. I'm not sure at what energy level, let's say 24, and it activates, let's say 3 times a day. So if they get 24 energy and they get it 3 times a day, you can see they drop down into this 1.92 times efficiency for a little bit, for about an hour or so. And then, well, this is going to be not this pretty in practice because the skill triggers whenever the skill triggers. But in a perfect world where you have the skill triggering a set number of hours apart from itself, you keep the highest level of efficiency possible at 2.22 times rather than slowly dropping down to nothing, because right now we have 0 skill triggers. So while he is only bringing in the berries, his efficiency is slowly dropping over the course of the day. And given that it's a careful nature with ingredient finding down, it's already not really finding many ingredients to begin with. So then the question becomes, are the few ingredients he's finding worth sacrificing the charge energy main skill? So these are things to look at when you're building your team, particularly when you have a Pokemon who can recharge its own energy and is a berry specialist. Things to consider. This is kind of where my brain is right now, trying to figure out which one is going to be best for me with this particular Marowak. It's not going to be the same for every Pokemon that is a berry specialist. Raticate, I don't think, can charge its own energy, so I'm pretty sure Raticate is charge strength. So since Raticate cannot recharge its own energy, it is more efficient to just keep its pack full and let it gather nothing but the Persim berries. With this guy, has a different main skill, can recharge its own energy, so it's a different story. So, like I said, things to think about. This is what's going through my brain, and that's all I've got for you guys today. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're here on, my days are all mixed up. What is today? Day 4. Here on Tau Paulo, we're starting off with a free ingredient ticket for our troubles of going to sleep on time early. 23,502 sneaky snacking. And we can definitely see where all of that effort is coming from. Both our berry specialist Marowak and our hybrid specialist Doug Trio putting in a ton of work. Even with Doug Trio having the ingredient specialist, having that berry finder on it is really helping out quite substantially. So that's a pretty good way to start off the day. I did make it to Ultra 1 last night before I went to bed, so we do have the second Onyx sleep style on the board, provided we got slumbering sleep, but we'll see. But speaking of Onyx sleep styles, let's go ahead and jump into the sleep report and see what we got going on. Let's see if we even got the slumbering to be able to find Onyx in the first place. 9 hours, 53 minutes. I was very tired. Definitely didn't get slumbering. Snoozing sleep style. Yeah, sounds about right. I don't feel like I really slept that well last night. But maybe we can at least get a pretty decent score. Ultra 1, what, maybe 15 if we're lucky? Oh, well. 17.6 million. That's not too bad. Although it feels kind of low for a Thursday. I don't know why. Yeah, 17.6 million with a snoozing. Another atop belly Jigglypuff. Which unfortunately, not a shiny Jigglypuff, as many as we've seen. Oh no, I think that's all old sleep styles too. So we got Rattata, we've got Growlithe, Diglett, another Rattata, a Dugtrio, and the atop belly Jigglypuff. And yeah, that is all old sleep styles, nothing new, so we're not getting our free camp ticket yet. Well, it wasn't shiny, but it was hungry. That poor Rattata keeps showing up and it's half full, but we are definitely going to take the Jigglypuff. That is priority number 1 out of this group because I do need a better one. So we will happily take that. We'll happily take that and run on our way. Gonna hold on to the Pokeballs we have left. If that Rattata had been hungry, I probably would have taken that home too. Out of this group, I think Jigglypuff is actually the most useful, so we'll send out some Jigglypuff candies. $1,094 research XP, that's not bad. And then 1,494 dream shards. But now it's time to check and see just how good this Jigglypuff is. So we've got Jigglypuff with all honey, which I don't hate. It is a skill specialist though. So not really going to be worried about ingredients. Really, this main skill here is what we're going to be focusing on for a Jigglypuff, potential Wigglytuff. I would have liked to get Igglybuff first, but overall, not that big a difference to get it a Jigglypuff instead of Iggly. We are starting off with Helping Speed S, which is good. Inventory up M, not too bad. Inventory up S, that's pretty bad when we already have M. Skill Trigger S is way late in the game, and Ingredient Finder S is just not good on a Jigglypuff. It does have a fantastic nature though, possibly, no, not the best for Jigglypuff, but a pretty good one. Where are we at? Where's Brave? Huh, well, that is significantly better than I thought it was going to be. My guess on why it's that highly rated? Because that's very surprising. I thought it would be a much lower rating since it doesn't have any sub skills to really boost its main skill other than the skill trigger at level 75, which this calculator doesn't even take into account. But my guess is that due to helping speed being boosted by the nature and the first sub skill, maybe just the frequency of how often it can check for a main skill activation is why it's rated so highly. But no, maybe that's not it either. Maybe it is purely the nature, because even at level 1, it's 81%. Huh. But only 7.9% higher than a completely neutral Jigglypuff. So I don't know. That's kind of weird. Let me see. I have another one. Let me go ahead and just put this one in the box for now, and let me check the other one real fast. Level 12. Let's go check the... Yeah, I have a level 14 one. So the new one is significantly better, even though the sub skills are better. The nature, not so much. So yeah, it has to be just the brave nature making it that much better. Interesting. That's very surprising, but I mean, if we can get the main skill to trigger more often, ultimately with a Wigglytuff, that's really all you're worried about. So if it is an 80% roughly Jigglypuff, then it's definitely better than the old one. Very interesting. I'm kind of surprised that's how it worked out. But let's go ahead and move on. Let's check our news. Oh, we do have new news. Award commemoration gift. Pokemon Sleep has received awards in the following 3 categories: Google Play's Best of 2023, User's Choice, Cute and Casual category, both in Japan, and the Best Game for Good in US. I'm not exactly sure what a game for good is, except maybe my guess would be like it is a game that inspires positivity or good changes in people. Since it's a sleep tracker and is getting people to sleep better, maybe that's what it is. Not 100% sure. I'm not familiar with the Google Play Awards, so if you know, let me know. Thanks for all your support. As a gesture of gratitude to all you researchers, we'll be sharing the following gifts. Ooh, we get a main skill seed ×1, fantastic. Sleep point, 1,000 sleep points, so that's going to put us over our goal, I think. And 5 Poke Biscuits. We hope you continue to enjoy sleep research with Snorlax and other Pokemon. So not bad, not a bad little gift. The main skill seed especially, I definitely would not be in a rush to use it. Main skill seed ×1, special gift 1,000 sleep points, and 5 more biscuits. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't be in a rush to use that main skill seed. Don't feel like you have to use it right now. It very much so could be more beneficial to hold off until you have a Pokemon that is truly deserving of it. Maybe a very high 90% or even 100% Pokemon if you can find one. But our sleep reports from the community, we've got 43 and only 2 of them doubled. Interesting. Very interesting considering the number of level 5 friends I have and supposedly a 30% chance to double on level 5 that we didn't get more. And we only got 1 level 5 that doubled. This has been the lowest that I've seen double though since the update, so I guess it has to balance out somewhere. But we got 1 level up, 2, 3, 4 level ups, 5 ingredient tickets, which I desperately need to replenish all the ones I used earlier this week. So that is perfectly fine with me. Now let's go ahead and get this breakfast cooking. Choose a recipe. Ooh, how do we not have an... Oh, because I forgot to collect. I forgot to collect for my Pokemon. That would be helpful if I did that. I knew I needed oil and I just forgot to get it. There we go, much better. Ooh, 2 candies. a bunch of milk. This war turtle is really good about the milk. Let's go ahead and collect from this Marowak. Since it has the recharging its own energies main skill, I am going to start collecting from him and trying to proc that main skill as much as possible. I feel like if I can get it to proc on average twice a day, it's far more worth it to get that main skill than to leave his pack full all the time. Especially since it has berry finding, so when it does find berries, it's going to find 50% more. I think it'll be significantly more worth it. We got 3,688 is the base on this big malasada. Let's go ahead and fill it with some extra honey. Let's double up on the honey, and we don't want to use any oil, so let's just throw in one more of each. Honey and milk. And we should be pretty good on this big malasada. Hopefully we can break that 7,000. That seems to be the ceiling that we're having trouble with. Still 6,874. I mean, it's better consistent progress on the recipes, but I would like to break that 7,000 limit that seems to be haunting me. That does put us to Ultra 2 though. We are making pretty good progress. I think we're still on track for Master 3 this week, potentially. We've still got 3 more days. Sunday, ooh, another 638 sneaky snacking and a mission complete. Get out of my way, I'm trying to click on stuff. So we're at 211 and we want to get to 472. So we've got a long way to go. That feels like a significantly further distance to get to Master 3 than what I was expecting. So I don't know. I'm starting to second guess if Master 3 is possible this week. We'll just have to keep going and see how things turn out. One last thing I wanted to remind you guys of before I run, if I've done this correctly. Nope, wrong screen. The regular exchange. So we do have 17,277 sleep points. So we have met our goal thanks to that free 1,000. We can spend a little more frivolously now, but I wanted to remind you guys the store is about to reset in 6 hours. So by the time this video comes out, you may only have a couple hours left depending on your time zone and where you're at. But 6 hours left. Make sure to grab your cheap, easy travel ticket. My bag is full. I am 5 items over. What has happened? Where are they at? Where's the link cables? Yeah, we'll use a couple link cables. Use 3 of them. Got some Geodude and Ghastly Candy, and then let's use 3 Dream Clusters just to clear out a little bit of space. Get our cheap, easy travel ticket. And this will, I'm pretty sure that this travel ticket will refresh anyway. So if you can't get it today, before it refreshes, you'll at least be able to get the one tomorrow. But if you can get the one today before the refresh, you'll also be able to get another one tomorrow. So just make sure you grab those. They can come in handy later on down the road if you end up on green grass and you've got, I think it's like, what's the dragonberry called? I'm drawing a blank on the dragonberry, but if you get the dragonberry, the blueberry for the steel types, or some combination of berries that you just don't have a good team for, having those easy travel tickets in your back pocket can really save you bacon. So definitely make sure to grab those cheap, easy travel tickets every month. And that is going to do it for today. So I appreciate you guys coming around. Be sure to hit the like button if you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes. Good morning everyone and welcome back. We're here on day, what is this? 5? 5? Yes, Friday, day 5. It's Friday. We're starting off with quite a bit low, 10,833 sneaky snacking. Quite the difference from yesterday. Not entirely sure why that happened. But either way, 10,833 is not too bad. Go ahead and collect these sleep points. Which I thought... Oh, I did use sleep points. I was very confused. I was going to say I thought we had 17,277 yesterday, but I forgot we bought the easy travel ticket. So that makes sense. I'm just losing my mind this early in the morning. Which, speaking of, the shop should have refreshed, so we should be able to buy another easy travel ticket just to have on hand should we need it. And like I was saying yesterday, it is good to buy it and hold on to a few of them in case you need them for specific events. Halloween event is a good example. Had to be done on green grass, so if you had several easy travel tickets, you could use them to refresh and get different berries for the Snorlax on green grass. So those easy travel tickets can be very helpful for events where you have to be on green grass, or just in a general week where you want to be on green grass and you get berries that you don't have the best gatherers for. Re-roll those berries and get something more beneficial. With that said, let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see if we get anything interesting. I feel like I slept pretty well last night, so I'm hoping that slumbering is gonna be what we get. 8 hours 46 minutes. Definitely not slumbering. Definitely not. We did get snoozing. So that means we have a chance at better Cyndaquil or Charmander, as well as some others. That's really all I know on snoozing that I'm really eager to go for. We did get 24.1 million. 24.1 million is pretty good. Another a top belly if it's a Jigglypuff. Don't be a Jigglypuff. Ooh. Not new, but it's not a Jigglypuff. Still no new sleep styles, which makes sense. I feel like I've gotten pretty much everything in the lower ranks. I think what I have left is all going to be above Master. But we've got Eradicate, a Wobbuffet, a Ditto, an Eevee, a Rattata, and 2 Growlithe. So definitely some interesting spawns today. Not what we were looking for, but still really interesting. Ditto would be good if it was Hungry. Hungry Eevee's pretty good too. Hungry Wobbuffet, that's okay. Well, I have a pretty good Ditto already. So, oh, and the Eevee is only 1 pip away. Well, I kind of have an idea. We're gonna get a little crazy today. Let's see. So I don't know how helpful in the long run Wobbuffet is going to be, but let's go ahead and give the bonus biscuit to Wobbuffet. Take this one home. And like I said, we're going to get a little crazy. We're going to give a Poke Biscuit to Eevee. Unfortunate that it was Hungry with only 1 pip left. No matter what we fed it, it was going to be a little bit of a waste. And then I mean, we don't We don't need a Growlithe. The one we have is like 96% or something like that, and I'm not even sure how good Growlithe's main skill is or will be in the long run. I'm not really super interested in prioritizing that. We do need a better Rattata. So let's go ahead and take that Rattata home with us too. And now here's where hoping that RNG is on our side. We're just gonna feed it one biscuit and just see what happens. If I can click the button. Come on. Just a +1. All right, well, we tried. And now that we've reached our 17.2 thousand, that sounds weird to say, 17,200 goal for sleep points. Now I'm not too worried about spending some extra sleep points here and there, especially around the, if we get a holiday event, then that will definitely be a good time to spend some sleep points. But all in all, a pretty good sleep report. 1209 research XP and 2251 dream shards. Not bad at all. Let's go ahead and swap over to our handy dandy calculator. And let's see what we've got. So we've got Wobbuffet at level 13. There's Wobbuffet right next to the Steelix that I want. All apples. It's kind of unfortunate. Mushrooms would be better, but not an ingredient specialist, so not the worst. Oh, Wobbuffet's energizing cheer. For some reason, I thought it was Dream Shard Magnet. Ingredient Finder S. It's okay. Helping Speed S is okay. Inventory Up S. Meh. Skill Trigger. All of the basic ones. And then Inventory Up L. Not fantastic. Having a higher inventory does increase the odds, or not the odds. It increases the number of chances you have to trigger the main skill before its inventory gets full, but having a lax nature is very terrible. Yeah, this is straight to the professor. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The one that I have already is significantly better than this, and even if it wasn't, I wouldn't keep this one. So that one's straight to the professor. Let's refresh the page. Level 11 Eevee. We've got milk, cocoa milk. Not terrible. Helping bonus to start off with. That's very good. Helping bonus. And then we've got skill level up M. Very good. Skill level up S. Kind of redundant, but not the worst. Ingredient Finder S, it's okay. And Skill Trigger S. This might not be terrible. Let's see what the nature is. Ooh, that nature kind of ruined everything. All right, so Skill Trigger value. Yeah, the nature kind of ruins everything on Skill Trigger. I mean, the main skill will definitely be helped quite a lot by the sub skills, but if it never triggers, it doesn't matter. And even, there's not even a skill trigger sub skill until level 100. So yeah, even at level 100, even with a sub skill seed, that's a lot of investment to get to a point where you could even use it. So this is definitely another Pokemon to live with the professor. Not great. Just out of curiosity though, I do want to check. Let's check the ingredient count and see what it says. Yeah. Ingredient count is good. It just, unfortunately, the skills are not great and the ingredients aren't super helpful. We already have a Wartortle that's doing way better than that, so unfortunately another one to go live with the professor, but not too bad. Up next, we've got this adorable Rattata. Where you at? There you are. Level 9, Hasty nature. Hasty is pretty good. That's speed of help up, if I remember correctly. We've got apples, soybeans, apples. which berry specialist, so not super worried about that. Inventory up S, helping speed S. Not the worst, but not terrible. Or not the best, but not terrible. Inventory up L, redundant, not necessary. Ingredient finder S, not great. And skill trigger S, so those are not great. Oh, it's not speed of help. I thought it was. I thought hasty meant speed of help. You would think it just naturally goes together. But apparently not. So let's go for a total strength reading. And it might be better than what we have already, but if it is, it's only just slightly. But I'm thinking these 40s are actually going to bring it down to be worse than the Raticate we have already. And we have better personberry gatherers as it is, so this is probably also going to live with the professor. So while we did have a crazy sleep report and some interesting spawns, unfortunately nothing really seeming to help out too much or to be any better than what we have already. But it is what it is. What can you do? Another 1,690 sneaky snacking while we were gone. We got a medal. Ooh. Is that new news? It's not new news. That's from 2 days ago. I wonder why it said there was new news. Interesting. Okay, well that's not new, but if you haven't got your gift yet, go ahead and make sure to collect that gift because it is worth it. Main skill seed, 1,000 points, and 5 Poke Biscuits, I think. Oh, we got 2 medals. Total sleep time logged at 1,027 hours and got up within 30 minutes of when you woke up the previous day. Did that 50 times, so that's 20 diamonds for the 2 combined. I'm always happy for free diamonds nowadays. Let's go ahead and collect our research community reports. 44, not bad. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them doubled up. 4 of them level 5s, so that's tracking. That's pretty good. 6 doubles with 44 reports. That's about 15%. So we're starting to kind of balance out around that 12 to 15% range every day. Yesterday was an anomaly, but that's part of RNG. So starting to balance out for me around that 15% range. But we did get 1 level up, 2 level ups, ingredient ticket times 2 and 2 handy candies. Not too bad. And that leaves us with just collecting all of our... Ooh, that's a skill trigger. There's 1. All of the efforts of their labor. So since I have started not doing the full pack, I've been trying to get Marowak's main skill to trigger for, I think this is day 2 now, that I've been collecting from him and not leaving his inventory full. So far, his main skill has yet to trigger. So if that's going to be the case, it is still going to be worth it to leave his inventory full, which doesn't make any sense to me why I haven't gotten any skill triggers from him, given his nature. We always get a ton of milk from this war turtle. But let's see, let's check it out real fast. This Marowak has a main skill chance up nature, and yet it seems like his main skill hardly ever triggers, which is weird. But it's also could just be that since I'm trying to measure it, now's when when RNG is gonna come in and just kick me in the face and say, no, you're trying to figure it out, so we're not gonna help out. This is probably just a bad RNG week, and then whenever I'm not trying to do an experiment, then I'll get normal or above normal triggers. But it's kind of weird to me. It'd be better if I had skill trigger at an earlier level. Honestly, even at level 50 would be better than 75, since we can't go above level 50 right now anyway. But that's what's going on with him. So I don't know what the deal is. Skill level up S would be really good for him if his skill triggered. So until his skill starts triggering more frequently and reliably, I'm not really worried about putting any candies into him just yet. But let's go ahead and get this breakfast going. Snorlax is hungry, and so am I. Got our big malasada going. Gonna throw in some tasty mushrooms, some fiery herbs. Throw in that other ginger, and might as well throw in some sausage too. And get this cooking up. Hopefully those mushrooms will be enough to put us over 7,000. Fiery herbs looking like they're giving some, I think it was 130 it said. That's pretty good. 7.3? Oh, 7,688. That's even better. Which is not a lot, but it's better than 6,900. I don't think this is going to put us to Ultra 4. Yeah, definitely not. Lunch will put us to Ultra 4. And we're kind of at a standstill at this point. We had a pretty good day so far. How close are you to actually getting to where I can evolve you? I need 80. Inventory up L would be pretty good, even though I'm not super concerned with it. But I would like a better frequency. Honey isn't coming in as quickly as I would like. It's still quickly enough for me to be able to make the meals, but not as quickly as I would like. And we're kind of having a similar issue with this Ditto. He's actually been the one that's held me up for making malasadas once or twice this week. Not too often, but it has happened. So that 1 hour frequency is kind of getting in the way. And honestly, it might be worth it to use that sub skill on him, but I don't. If his other sub skills were better, yes. But actually, I can't even use the sub skill. I just realized that he had Ingredient Finder M at level 100, so it wouldn't matter anyway. Speed of help down nature is what's really killing us on this guy. His sub skills are fantastic, but that nature is just killing us. But anyway, back to the one I wanted to look at. If we put 16 candies in, that puts it almost to level 23. So what would we need at this point to get it to level 24? We're at level 22 with 463 to go. And we have 16 candies. Ooh. And the nature doesn't matter. Nope, nature does not matter. And to get it to level 24, we need 26 handy candies, which, I mean, we do have, and still leave us with 20. I just don't know if I want to use that many handy candies just yet. So I think we're still going to hold off for a little bit longer. You don't even have enough to evolve yet, so I'm not worried about you, that because you would take even more. Honestly, trying to get this guy to, I don't know. Getting him to level 25 would be good for the ingredients, but it would kind of throw off how well he's been doing on berries, and that may actually mess up our plan for this week of getting to Master 3. But getting him to level 21, I mean, that's not really going to make much of a difference. So yeah, not really worth it. We're just going to hold off for now, leave the team where they're at, let them just keep naturally growing, and reevaluate again in a couple more days and see how things go. That said, the last thing I want to look at is where we're at on Tau Paulo area bonus 30%. So we'd be at 35% at the end of this week. I'm kind of getting a little tired of Tau Paulo. So I think what I want to do, I think I want to open it up to you guys. I don't know where I want to go next week. Let me just show you what our maps look like. I don't know where I want to go next week. We're already at 40% area bonus for green grass, with 63% sleep style studied. We could do very well there. We have cyan with 15% area bonus and 53% style studied. Tau Palo, 30% with 58% studied. And Snowdrop, 5% with only 54% style studied. So I'm going to open it up to you guys with that information. Where should we go next week? Because I'm a little tired of Tau Palo. I would like a change of scenery, even if it's just for a week and then we come back to Tau Palo. But I would like a change of scenery. So let me know in the comments where you want to see me go to for next week's research. Do you want to see me go to Greengrass, Cyan Beach? Should we stay at Tau Palo and continue hunting onyx? Or do you want to see me go to Snowdrop Tundra? Like I said, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. And that's all I've got for today. So I appreciate you coming around, watching the video. Be sure to hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 6 here in Tau Palo. It's Saturday, so hopefully we have some decent Pokemon awaiting us in this sleep research. First, we're going to start off with our 12,848 sneaky snacking. Let's see. Both the Doug Trio and the Marowak putting in quite a bit of work. So let's go ahead and grab these sleep points that we've got. So it gives us 100, which puts us at 17,277 again for the 3rd day in a row. Because I can't help but buy these easy travel tickets. And let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see what we've got today. Hopefully something interesting. We are at Ultra 5. So we do have a chance at Onyx if we get slumbering. 9 hours and 1 minute. Overslept a little bit today. 13% dozing, 44 snoozing, and 43 slumbering. That's probably going to be a balanced. No, it's dozing. I think that's actually, yeah, that does make sense. I think we've figured out that around 12% is kind of the cutoff for dozing. So if you get above 12%, at least in my experience, it tends to go towards the dozing. But we did get 29,340,500 drowsy power. We've got 7 Pokemon to look at today, so hopefully at least something interesting. That's pretty cute. A top belly Houndour, and that is our new one that we need to get to 190. So according to one of the comments I received yesterday, that means that we our new maximum island bonus is now 50%. Only 5 repeats. What do we got? We've got a Shuppet, a Gulpin, Houndour, and 2 Ghastlies. And that leaves us with 2 new sleep styles, which we know what one of them is. What is the other? Ooh, another Gulpin. Not super useful, but interesting nonetheless. Gaping Mouth Sleep. Oh, it's a 3-star. That'll be worth quite a bit of dream shards then. Which honestly, that's kind of all I'm really after at this point is dream shards. I'm not super concerned with ranking up terribly quickly. Because the faster we rank up our research level, the harder it's going to be to get the incense every week. At least on these higher islands like Taup and Snowdrop. And that was the last one we needed for Houndour. Which does make sense that we're starting to complete a lot of these sleep styles, or dex entries, since we are getting to that 190 range, getting close to the end. A lot of hungry Pokemon again today. All right, well, that ought to be interesting. But we definitely know which one we're taking home first, because that is our highest priority right now, is getting a better Shuppet for whenever we inevitably get a Ghost Island, which may be next week, or not next week, next year. Not next week. I did not officially announce that. It's not next week. Let's see what else we got. Even if we don't take them home, I think it's worth feeding them a Poke Biscuit today. Yeah, just the big hit. Come on. There he is. Come on. Can't find the buttons today. Ooh, there we go. Mega hit, I think that's called. Critical capture, whatever you want to call it. I think critical capture makes more sense given the history of the series, but apparently it's officially a mega hit. But not bad. We got a mega hit on Houndour, and we're going to send out some Shuppet candy because people still need that. And we got another Shuppet, hopefully a better one than what we had before. Before we get there, we got 1,483 research XP and 2,973 dream shards, so it's pretty good. Let's go ahead and swap on over. First things first is the Shuppet. Level 11 and timid. A variety of ingredients, not super useful. Inventory up L is not super helpful for a berry specialist, but I'll take it. Skill trigger M is okay. Skill trigger S, duplicate, not great. Skill level up S, this is not going well. Ingredient finder S, so yeah, not. And speed of help down nature, so very much not good. I'm gonna say like 40%. Even worse because of that nature. I should have known. Yeah, speed of help nature is, or speed of help down nature is the worst thing you can have on a berry specialist, so I should have known it'd be a lot lower. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Let's just for funsies check out the skill trigger value. Yeah. Yeah. If we were concerned about the skill, this would be fantastic. But we're not. Well, looks like the professor is getting a new friend. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Which we also need. Where's Houndour? We do need a better one. Where are you? Oh. Found him. Level 10 with an impish nature. Got herbs, ginger, and leeks. Also not super interesting. Ingredient finder S, skill level up S, skill trigger M. This is shaping up to be almost the same as the Shuppet. And skill trigger S. Yeah, this is not great. Impish. Impish is not bad for a berry specialist, but it's not great. I mean, it is better than the Shuppet, simply because its nature wasn't speed of help down, but definitely not great. We've had a streak of bad luck with our captures recently. The last, let's see, I think all three of them yesterday were kind of rough, and then these two today are definitely going to live with the professor, so has not been great. But let's go ahead and move on. Another 776 sneaky snacking. Goal met. So that's what we want. Let's see what we get. We get 100 diamonds, always great. Free good camp ticket. which is better than great. 500 diamonds essentially right there. And a Handy Candy M. And I'm definitely going to hold on to that good camp ticket for a special occasion. 190 styles. All right, what does the professor have to say? Well, look at this. Great job. You've now registered 190 sleep styles in your sleep style decks. I've got a good camp ticket right here for a dedicated researcher such as yourself. A good camp ticket can be a huge aid for both raising Snorlax and conducting sleep research. I'm curious, do they really think that people have made it to 190 sleep styles without using the good camp ticket? Because it's kind of what it seems like. This handy item allows you to rent a good camp set for 7 days starting from when you use it. While using this set, you'll find that one extra Pokemon will visit each time you sleep, and your helpers will help out faster too. Here, something to help as you work toward future sleep style decks goals. I think that'll be my cue to start readying another new area. Keep up the good work on that sleep research. So, nothing really interesting, but, well, the professor doesn't say anything really interesting. The rewards were nice. Got no new news still. Let's go ahead and see what the community is reporting today. 44? Ooh, 37. That's kind of low. But I am recording a bit earlier than usual today, so maybe they just haven't come in yet. But we did get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 that doubled up. 37 reports, 8 that doubled up, so that's about 20%, give or take. Not too bad. And only 3 of them were rank 5, so that's not too bad. Hey, speaking of rank 5, there we go. There's 1 level up. 2, 3. 3 level ups. So we got 3 Handy Candy S and 2 Ingredient Ticket S. I will definitely put those to good use. And speaking of good use, let's go ahead and collect the efforts of our Pokemon's labors. Thank you for finally bringing in a decent amount of oils, Ditto. Ingredient magnet is always welcome. Bunch of honey, mushroom, and some other stuff. I really like this hybrid style. Ooh, another ingredient magnet. This hybrid style on the Doug Trio, bringing in a decent amount of berries. Ooh, our ingredient pouch is full. Bringing in a decent amount of berries and tomatoes, in his case, but ingredients and berries in general. Very good. But let's go ahead and get breakfast going and see what is happening here. Big Malasada. Do we have enough oil to make another one? Almost. By lunchtime, we should have enough. Like I was saying the other day, I think it was yesterday, Ditto has actually been kind of underperforming, which I think most of it has to do with his hour frequency for gathering. So it is nice to actually have enough and look like we're going to have enough for lunch too. That hasn't really been the case with Ditto. We did get 7,481, so we seem to be consistently above 7,000 now with the Big Malasada. Not as much as I would like. I'm ready to get to the point where we're getting 50,000 per cook, but we're a long ways off from that. Which actually, speaking of improving our cooking, I had actually messed up. I should have done this before I cooked. We should be able to expand the pot now. Yep. So we should be able to do it twice. We are running dangerously low on dream shards now. That is the current maximum. Next goal, You've completed all your Sleep Stock Dex goals. Please look forward to future updates that may bring new goals for your Dex progress. Which, given how well this game has done, the fact that it's been winning awards, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a new island hopefully soon. I'm hoping we'll see one by mid-January, late January, around that kind of 6-month mark of the game's life cycle. That seems like a pretty good time to introduce a major content update. So hopefully we will see a new island with, I want to say a handful, but hopefully more than that, maybe 10 or 15 new Pokemon on that island only. Or they'll probably put them on Greengrass too. Greengrass kind of seems like the catch-all for everything. So it would be nice to see a new island, whether it's a dragon, a fairy type, what have you, a ghost island. It would be nice to see that with several new Pokemon added to go along with it. So hopefully around that mid to late January area. But one last thing I want to check in on. Somebody in the comments pointed out that I'm a big dum-dum and I was looking at the wrong column on the calculator for Venusaur, Ivysaur yesterday. So I want to run this again. So it's currently at level 22 and needs 363 XP to get to the next level. And we own 17 candies because we want to save the 80 to evolve it. So to get to level 24, I was a big dum-dum and was looking here saying that we needed 20 something handy candies, but we don't. We only need 7. So since that's all we need, I am more than comfortable with using 7 handy candies to get us there. So let's go ahead and use those 7. Let's level up to just enough for 24. Leaves us with exactly 80 candies, which I'd love to see just because it's exact. So we go from 5241 to 5228 from the level up. But now we can evolve and our frequency goes from 52 minutes and 28 seconds. What? Hybrid 81% is evolving. There he is. My boy. Venusaur, the whole Bulbasaur line honestly has grown a lot on me in the last few years. Venusaur looks so good. Just a fantastically designed Pokemon. But we went from 52.28 down to 44.31. Not as much of a jump as I thought we would see, but still fantastic. Unfortunately, with the main skill chance natured down, not really something to invest the main skill seed into. But now the next goal is to get it to inventory up L. That's going to be really good for the ingredients, because then it can stockpile more ingredients if there's ever a time that I just can't check in on the game for an extended period. We're already at 28 carry limit, which is really good. So I'm glad that we only have the one. Well, no, we do have 2 inventory up skills. Unfortunately, you really only need 1, but it is what it is. But I am very happy with where we're at. Actually kind of surprised we didn't break 1,000 RP with this Venusaur, but maybe once we get to level 25, that'll be enough to break 1,000. And in the meantime, let's just double check. I'm not entirely sure that I want to invest handy candies into this guy, but I'm not entirely sure that I don't either. 4 XP left. We have 0 candies. We actually need a little bit extra, and he evolves at level 27. That's significantly different. No, that would require the rest of my handy candies. We'd need 41. And honestly, I'm more worried about getting him to level 25 for that helping speed S. I keep thinking in my head that he evolves at level 24 because that's when Venusaur evolves. But yeah, My main concern would be getting him to level 25, which would only take 24, but I'm just not willing to invest that kind of handy candy into him just yet. Speed of help down nature really makes me not want to invest in him. So hopefully we can find a better one sometime along the way. But in the meantime, I think that's where we're going to chill for a little while. I think the only other one that needs to get to 25, not even a huge need, Ingredient Finder S would be good, but not hugely concerned with it. If we just dump these in, it would put them at level 22, which isn't bad. But I think we're going to hold off for... No, we're not. No, this guy's too good. Let's go ahead and just drop him in there. 40-24 down to probably right around 40-14, yeah. Not too bad. That is over 1,000 RP, so the team is looking pretty great. I think 4,000 is the recommended for Tao Paulo, so we're looking pretty good on this team. So that said, things are looking pretty great. Hopefully someone has a berry. Those are ingredients. Come on, Marowak, don't let me down. Oh no. Well, I was hoping someone had a berry so that we could trigger this animation, but doesn't look like it's going to happen. I think I misspoke earlier when I said we're at Ultra 5. I guess we are now at Ultra 5 once this animation finally triggers. But that said, that's all I've got for today. So be sure to hit that like button if you liked the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time. Wait, I forgot to mention the results of the poll. You guys have been voting in the comments on what island we are going to go to next week. As of right now, the current results are Greengrass and Cyan Beach are both tied with 1 vote each. Tao Paulo has 2 votes, and Snowdrop Tundra has 6 votes currently. I am going to keep this poll running until Sunday. Sunday night into Monday morning will be when the votes cut off. Whatever island is the winner, whenever I sit down to play Monday morning to record, that's the island we're going to go to. So you still have a few days. I am letting people do multiple votes, but you only get 1 vote per video. So you can't just spam comments in this video voting for the island you want to see. However, if you voted in yesterday's video, you can vote in today's video and vote one more time in tomorrow's video. So that said, that's the current results. Greengrass, Cyan, both 1 vote each. Tao Paulo, 2 votes. Snowdrop, 6. So if you want to change the results of the poll, make sure to get in the comments and let me know where you want us to go. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 7 here in Tao Paulo, and this is the final day of the week, starting off with 520 sneaky snacking. It seems very low. Maybe I didn't close the game fast enough today, but we are at Master 1, finally. Unfortunately, we still got a little ways to go to get to Master 3, and I don't think that's happening today. Really, Master 2 is the best I think we can hope for. That'll give us another shot. Well, not another shot, but that'll give us a shot at the Steelix, which, if it shows up, that would be pretty sweet. But before we get too far into things, did want to give you guys an update on the community vote for which island we're going to. There is still time to vote. You can vote in the comments on today's video, and then you have until I sit down to record tomorrow morning before the poll closes. But currently, we have Cyan Beach with 1 vote, so nobody likes to go to the beach. It's winter, it's too cold anyway. We've got Tao Paulo with 2 votes, so you guys seem like you're getting kind of tired of it, just like me. Greengrass has 3 votes, so maybe. But Snowdrop Tundra, apparently everybody loves, has 16 votes currently. That said, there's still about 24 hours, roughly, just a little shy of that, to vote. So things can change if everybody wants to switch up. It looks like right now we're going to Snowdrop, but depending on how you guys vote today, we could end up going to even Cyan Beach, depending on how the votes go. So if you want to change the vote, now's the time. Be sure to drop down in the comments. Let us know where you want to see us go next week for research. And let's go ahead and jump into today's episode with our sleep points, which we only got 85, which makes sense, as you'll see here in a minute. But that does put us to 17,362 total. And let's get into this sleep report, and you'll see why that 85 makes sense. Session 127. Slept for 7 hours and 14 minutes. From 4:19 until 11 something. I skipped it too fast. But we've got 10% dozing, 50% snoozing, and 40% slumbering. The reason I slept, what is that, 11:30? The reason I slept got to sleep so late was having a bit of a party with some friends last night to celebrate an occasion coming up this week. And kind of let things get out of hand. So ended up not getting home till almost 4 o'clock. I'm hoping that I did get home before 4 o'clock and go to sleep before 4. So I'm hoping that doesn't mess anything up for tomorrow's research. But I know how this game likes to be, so we'll just have to wait and see tomorrow. But we did get some decent spawns today with a snoozing type, so hopefully we can get a new Charmander or Cyndaquil to help out. Ooh, a top belly Eevee and a Cyndaquil, which is a new sleep style. So let's see what all we got. Looks like everything except that Cyndaquil is stuff we already had. 2 Wobbuffets, a Growlithe, a Jigglypuff, the Eevee, Charmander, and this adorable little Cyndaquil. Which is a 3-star sleep. I'm kind of surprised that's not locked behind an incense. And also the last one we needed. There we go. Oh, Wobbuffet's hungry. It's okay. Not really worried about the Wobbuffet, honestly. Yeah. I don't think the Wobbuffet is all that helpful. Let me just go double check real fast, because I forget what Wobbuffet's main skill is entirely too often. Oh, energizing cheer. So it's got a decent main skill, but it is outshined by Wigglytuff and Sylveon. So not really worried about the Wobbuffet at the moment. What I do need pretty substantially is a better Cyndaquil, so that's what I'm going to try to catch. Quite substantially, I need a better Cyndaquil. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and try to take this thing home today. Just because I don't know for sure what's gonna happen with tomorrow's research, so I'm definitely gonna try to take this home. Oh good, it's not full. All right. I'm always worried when they're not hungry to start off with, because I always think they're just gonna take 2 biscuits and then be full. But we did get the 1 Cyndaquil, which is perfect. That's all I really need right now. Could use another Charmander, a better Charmander, but I'm happy with the Cyndaquil to take that home and get that friendship leveled up another notch. Let's see. What's good stuff? I know a lot of people want a Wigglytuff, but I do want to show off this really cool sleep style from Cyndaquil, because you don't see that too often, I don't think. Quite a bit of candy today. 1,512 research, which is pretty good. 3,000 dream shards, not quite to rank 38 yet, but we're getting there. Then we've got a level 11 with a hasty nature, which I don't think that's super great. I think if I remember correctly, that's XP gains up. Ginger across the board, Also not really too concerning with a berry gatherer. And we've got skill trigger S, not great. Inventory up M, also not great. Inventory up S, this is not looking good. Ingredient finder S, this is definitely not a good Cyndaquil. With a hasty nature. Yeah, XP gains up and energy recovery down, pretty bad. This is definitely going to live with the professor. Not as good as the current Quilava that I have. So another Cyndaquil straight to the professor, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. What can we do? Let's go ahead and collect that mission we just completed. We do need more dream shards. We are running kind of low after increasing our pot storage. And then let's check and see if we've got any new news, which we don't, it looks like. Yep, no new news, but we did get a medal. What is that, fire type? Yep, number of fire types studied, 50. Handy Candy S, there we go. And let's see what the community reports are looking like today. 43, there we go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 doubled. Looks like 4 of them are level 5. And we are slowly but surely building up our reservoir of level 5 friends. Oh, there we go. There's another one. There's 1, 2, another level 5, 3, Night Adder. There we go. We got a link cable and some Handy Candy S times 4. Pretty good stuff. And then here comes the fun part. It's Sunday, which means our cooking pot, it does look like, let me go back to that real fast. It does look like that sleep counted for Saturday. So I'm hoping that is accurate and it does not screw up our Sunday research, because I'm going to be kind of upset if being festive ruined my research. But let's go ahead and jump into getting breakfast going. Nope. Skipped a step. Go back. Forgot to collect from my Pokemon first, because we need all the ingredients we can get here. I think our current pot is like 90. It's only the 3rd time I think his skill has triggered all week. So I'm thinking about going back to the full inventory with him, because it's just not seeming to work out. But you, on the other hand, you have been beautiful and fantastic. Very happy with my decision to evolve the Ivysaur to a Venusaur. It has been phenomenal. Where is that Ditto? The thing is always hiding from me. There you are. A little bit of Ditto candy to go along with it. Ooh, and a skill trigger. I'll take that. We do need skill triggers today. Too many oils. Uh-oh. Or too many ingredients, I mean. That's not what I meant to do. I'm just all over the place today. There we go. Now, let's make sure that we can make what we want. We can. Okay, good. Now, let's throw in for sure these mushrooms. Apples, herbs actually return quite a bit, so that's good. All of these tomatoes are going in. And then we're gonna fill it with, let's see. We've got lunch and dinner today. So we only need to hold on to 14 milks and 12 honey. So let's go to 24. And also 24. Huh. Which we're not. Yeah. Honestly, I'll just do one more, because Wartortle and Venusaur have been phenomenal bringing in their ingredients. And then I think there were 2 or 3 oils left for Ditto, so that should give us enough to make lunch as well. Hoping that this will be around a 25,000 cook, but we'll see. Not extra tasty. Nope, only 15,000. 14,610 to be precise. I think I needed that extra tasty to even get to the 25,000. I might have been a little optimistic there. But oh well, we tried. now the question is, oh, there was 4 oils there, so that's exactly what we need for another malasada. Now the question is, do we swap out who we have on the team just to bring in as many ingredients as possible? Or do we stick with this team and try to get to Master 2? And I think that's a question of how possible is Master 2 really today? 390, we need 416. That's actually not impossible. It's only 26,000 roughly. Almost exactly 26,000. Yeah, with 15,000 just on cooking, I honestly don't think that we need... Yeah, I don't think we need the berry gatherers, because if we can duplicate that, we'll get more than enough just from the cooking. So I think we go ahead and switch to our ingredient team, which I swapped out last week for the good sleep bonus XP. So let's see, we want do want to keep the main ones on the team that are actually bringing in the ingredients we want. So where's War Turtle? There you are, and ditto. And then we put Butterfree on the team because it has ingredient magnet and it's pretty quick, so hopefully we can get at least 1 trigger of that. That would help. And I think, which of you is faster? I think technically Gengar is faster. He is significantly faster. Oh yeah, by a lot. Helping speed, speed of help, that's why. But nope, wrong one. You only have inventory up, but this one almost has ingredient finder, but not close enough for me to level it up. I was hoping to get somebody with ingredient finder, but it doesn't look like that's going to be too helpful. Is it you? You do have ingredient finder S and an ingredient finder finding nature. I think we stick with the Gengar though, because getting some of those mushrooms will definitely help in our cooking today. So I think I'm going to switch to this team just to... Actually, what I want to do, I want Venusaur as my lead. I know it doesn't really matter, but I want Venusaur as my lead. But yeah, I think I'm going to switch to this team. This is going to want... Yeah, words is what I get for waking up and then immediately recording. Yeah, I'm going to switch to this team. This is what I'm going to run for the rest of the day. And just try to stockpile as many ingredients as possible. If we hit Master 2, I may not even make dinner, because I'm pretty sure that we're not going to be able to make Master 3 no matter what. So if I can hit Master 2 for lunch, maybe not make dinner, stockpile a bunch of ingredients so that hopefully we can start off next week wherever we're going, which, reminder, comment your votes below on where you want to go. And we can start the week off pretty well. But that's what I've got for today. I appreciate you coming by, watching the video. Be sure to hit the like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, later dudes.